We talked about what inequalities are. Okay. And we can solve inequalities just like we solve equations. Except the extra thing we can do is when we get a solution to an inequality, we can graph it on a number line like we were doing yesterday. Okay? So really, when you solve an inequality, it's just like an equation, except instead of an equal sign, there's going to be an inequality sign. In this case, it's less than. It's still the same method as solving equations. How do I get x by itself? Subtract 3. So what's my answer? No, not equals.
Less than.
X
Less
than.
And can we just leave it like that?
Yes, because that's the answer. That means any number less than 7 will work in this inequality. Remember how to graph it, because you'll be asked to graph it as well. Number line, 2 notches, 1 for 0, 1 for the number in the inequality. Where do I put what? 0 goes here or here?
Right. Wait, no, left.
Because 7 is bigger.
And the arrow's going to go to the left.
Arrow's going to go to the left. And what kind of circle at 7?
Hollow.
Hollow. Okay. So it's going to look like that. That's it.
Woohoo! Still walking first.
Okay.
Whoa.
These next ones. This looks a little different because the variable's on the right. Okay. But that's okay. We can still solve it. How do I get x by itself?
Subtract. Add 7.
Add 7. Add 7. So -2 plus 7.
5.
5. And then I've got less than or equal to x. Now remember, when it's written like that, you can reverse it by reversing the number and the letter in the inequality.
Wow.
And then you graph it.
It goes to left.
Left.
Well, the arrow. No, the thing is on the right. Oh, you're switching?
First of all, where do I put 0 and
0 is on the right.
left?
And then 5's on the right.
What kind of circle at 5?
Build.
Build. And then which way am I going with my arrow?
Right.
Yeah. Because the arrowhead is to the right. Because we want, remember, x is greater than. Yeah. Okay. This one. Notice I've got x's on both sides. What should I do first?
Subtract. Transfer.
I've got to bring the x's together to one side. Minus 5x on both sides.
And then you'll have 1x.
1x or x.
1x. Minus 4.
Yep. And that's it. So,
Arrow thing.
and then the diagram.
And 2 notches.
2 notches. Again, I've got 0, 4. 0 goes to the left. What kind of circle? And which way am I going?
Right.
Right, because the arrowhead goes to the right. And because we're looking greater.
Woohoo.
Okay?
Oh, this like less.
Yes, it is. Okay, the last example is a little problem. We, just like we did with equations, okay, where we did 3 steps to solve a problem involving using an equation, we can do it with inequalities. So Jake plans to board his dog while he's away on vacation. Boarding house A charges $90 plus $5 a day. Boarding house B charges $100 plus $4 per day. How many days must Jake board his dog for boarding house A to be less expensive than B? What's the unknown here? No, I know the boarding houses.
The total cost.
No, the days, right? How many days? How many days? So days. And we can call it X. I'm just going to call it D. Okay. So for boarding house A, we need expressions for boarding house A and B. What would be an expression to find the total cost of boarding a dog at A? It's $90 plus 5 per day. Yeah. 5x plus 90 we can write, or 90 plus 5x. Both of those are right. Or sorry, 5D. I'm using D. If you're using X, that's fine. And how about B?
4x plus 100.
Okay. So what I want to find is, for how many days must I board the dog for this to be less than this? Well, let's write it as I just said. This less than this. And now it's very similar to the previous ones we've solved. What would you do first? So subtract 4D. Subtract 4D.
So then you just have D.
D plus 90.
Good. D plus 9.
Less than
100.
100.
And then minus 90 on the sides.
Minus sides.
And then we have C is less than 10.
Right. Now, you don't have to graph this one, but we do need a sentence. And with these, you got to be a little careful. What would be a correct answer?
This is greater than symbol, right?
What's that?
This is greater than symbol.
No, that's less than.
Jake must
Board his dog
10.
This is how we. Because we can't, like normally with equations, we would have just said, oh, he must board his dog for 10 days. But we can't do that with this because it's an inequality. More than 10
Less than.
or less than 10 days?
Oh, so you could say.
So notice we're sort of translating back from algebra to English. Okay? But yeah, you don't want to say 10 days because it has to be less than 10 days. If it was this, then you would say 10 days or less. Okay? But it doesn't say it. Okay? Short and sweet.